It says now on Facebook Live. Technology is great, but you know what? Welcome to Live in the Lounge, Sunday edition. How are we doing, gentlemen? I like the coffee mug, Rich. I love it.
It's a good, nice afternoon cup of Joe, man. Doing fine. It's been a busy weekend, busy week.
Yeah.
A little sore, but that's life sometimes.
Hey, it happens, And hey, Matt, good to see that you got the memo today with
early
with the 500 section lounge shirt today. Yeah. Hey, good fun. Hopefully, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know why I did this, so but you know what?
I think we're going to do it because when my mom gets on, it's going to be, it's going to be much of the same. And she's got ice water.
We have prepped my mom, and it was a treat. It was a treat. So I don't know. She's waiting in the green room, so hopefully she enjoys herself.
Can she hear us now? Is she watching on Facebook right now too?
I don't imagine. Jace is. Jace, thanks for joining us. No, she's not. Richie, you witnessed trying to get her onto the camera onto Zoom, so I highly doubt she's watching this right now because it will confuse her. But not in a bad way. I love my mother, but you know what? Let's bring her in. Let's introduce my mom. All of you that wanted to see her, I guess. and hear what she had to say. I am not looking forward to this, but yet I am.
I tell you, I didn't do much research for this one, but
yeah, you're just gonna go off the fly, right?
The proof is in the pudding because I see him every week, man.
Well, here she comes. Here comes my mom. She's connecting.
Is it Rose or Rose?
It's Rosemary, but she doesn't. Okay, Mom, you need to turn on your camera.
Okay, I know how to
you
do
remember
it.
how to do that? Hey, figured it out. Thank you, Mom, for coming in.
Hi, Momma Sprunger.
Yeah.
Hi, Richie.
Hi.
Little Matt made it in.
How's it going?
I see that. I'm doing fine. How about you?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Played some golf today.
That's good. I haven't seen you forever.
It's been a couple of years, hasn't it?
At least.
Well, I think the last time maybe was it the car? Was the last time you saw her?
Was he at your birthday party?
Oh yeah, you were. Yeah. You were at my birthday, so that would have been the last time, right?
Yeah, the time before that was the car.
Have you listened to the show, Mom?
Mention that.
Have you listened to the show, Mom?
I have.
I remember that.
Have you heard the story that we shared about that trip?
No, I didn't. I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Oh, well.
All right, guys. I'll see you later.
So, I guess, gentlemen, what questions you got for Jace, one of our viewers, has said hello, Momma Sprunger. So,
hello, Jason.
No, Jace, not Jason.
Oh, Jace.
Jace.
Sorry.
Well, he's only going to be minorly offended, so I guess
get over it.
Yeah.
I guess, Rose, my question to you is, there's
easy,
a lot
by
of
the
them.
way.
There's a lot of them. Did you see the movie The Titanic?
I did.
Okay, because you had the same name as Rose from the movie.
I did.
She survived, and yes, no diamond.
Are you asking her if she's Rose from the Titanic?
No, I know she's not that. But so
he just wanted to see the heart.
Yeah. What was it like raising this guy, and how much did you have to tell him to stop talking? Because he brought me on the podcast to specifically tell him to stop talking. So when he was younger, was it, what was that like?
It's funny that you asked me that because one of the things.
Can you say it was a good question, please?
It was a good
Doesn't count if you ask for it, Rich.
I just want to hear you say it.
It was a good question, but it's funny that you asked me that right off at this beginning because one of the things that we always kind of chuckled about Sam when he was little was he was a man of very few words.
You're going to tell the grandma story. Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, which one do you want me to tell?
I don't want you to tell either.
Both of them.
There's not a wrong story.
Yeah, we'll just go back to back on it.
Excuse me. One day he was carrying some cookies or something in for me when we went to see my parents. And of course, my mother was always glad to see him. She says, "Hi, Sammy, how are you?" He says, "Hurry," because the cookies were heavy. And that was all he said.
I was little.
He was little, yes.
Like 12.
He was like 14.
No,
Yeah.
he was like maybe 4 or 5.
I was 17, getting ready to graduate, whatever. Yeah.
Now the other one, I won't tell.
What? Go ahead. You've listened. You've listened to this show before. I have no shame.
Okay, well, when my mother wore a wig because her hair was getting very, very fine, and she finally decided, she had 2 or 3 of them, and he was always fascinated by these wigs. And as she got a new one, she'd put the old one. She knew he liked them, so she put them in her little, was it an end table?
Yeah, it was a toy box in table type thing. Yeah.
And so she'd put them in there and he could play with them. And he wore them a lot. They were curly. They were different types.
I looked amazing.
He did.
Do we have how many pictures are still available?
Thank God there are none
No.
That you know of.
that I know of.
Sam's mother was not a big picture taker because we didn't have money for film. But anyway, we walked in one day and my mother had done some cleaning and gotten rid of some things. And he walked in and he looked in that table and he just kept looking. And finally he looked at it and he says, "Where's the hair?" And we laughed about that for years. That was the only question he had, was where's the hair?
My grandma loved telling that story because she'd just be like, "Where's the hair?"
But no, Richie, to answer your question, Sam didn't talk a lot.
Amazing,
So
isn't it?
He's getting it out of his system now.
Yeah, he was saving it up.
We would talk about things, because he and I were alone during the day because the other 2 kids were in school. And so we'd do things and we'd talk a little bit, but we spent a whole afternoon in the park, didn't we, Sam? And I don't think we said probably 10 words to each other. We were picking hickory nuts off the ground.
Yeah, well,
And
hey, Richie, I don't know if you're listening, but my mom has a very unusual garage door opener. If you listen every once in a while,
I was wondering if that was
I have
a detector
checked.
of some kind.
It's a smoke detector. That's the symbol of a dying smoke detector. Well,
yeah, right.
I've changed the batteries and now it still beeps because they're hardwired into one another and there's a short somewhere. So she lives with a loud beep every couple minutes.
it sounds like I have birds in the house.
So you can't take it off and like throw it away.
If you wanted to rip it out of the wall, sure.
Okay. Well, I took
the battery out and it's still.
And it's still.
At least
I put a new battery in.
At least it doesn't molt like a bird would.
Or crap all over the place.
Or attack your eyes like a bird.
Oh yes, or attack your eyes. That's right.
Just don't turn around when it's chirping.
I just tune it out.
By the way,
you're a stronger woman than I, Rose.
By the way, Mom, Jace did confirm that Jason is his first name, so you were right.
Okay.
Once again.
Chalk one up for Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a board back there. You can keep the score back there, Richie.
I got it. Yeah, man, I got you.
I have my notepad right here with the Basset Hound on it.
I like it. I like it.
Yep.
My Basset Hound's outside, by the way. Okay, so Mom is 1.
Yeah, I just got you. It looks like the 1500 lounge now.
The 1500 lounge. Well,
a couple rows.
We're from space.
Speaking of space, we're going to Uranus in a couple weeks, guys, or at least I am.
Yeah, we'll have to see about everything else, but I think that's gonna be a great trip for you, buddy.
I went with him once. If you
my mom's been to Uranus too, guys.
Wow, how was that trip?
It was a good trip, except I about killed my son.
I didn't do anything. I promise.
He was helping.
This guy?
Yeah. His van is too high for me to get up into. And after we had been to the candy store, I wasn't feeling real well. After we'd been to the candy store,
Fudge factory.
I was gonna say, did they pack your fudge in there?
Candy store.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They packed our fudge.
I was getting in and my legs just collapsed on me and I fell backwards. And had I weighed what I did 15 years ago, I'd have killed him because we'd have both hit the pavement. But but it was a fun trip.
Did you eat the fudge?
What?
Did you eat some of the fudge?
I tried it. I prefer their saltwater taffy.
Sam likes that too.
I prefer the fudge. Well, actually, yeah, you're right.
They actually had chicken and waffles taffy, which was very good.
Wow, that sounds good. Did you meet the mayor while you were there?
No, I didn't, but I wished I had because
I didn't even know the mayor existed until we started doing this, Rich.
Okay. Is there a surprise coming on this show too? Is he going to pop in?
No, he's not joining us today. 2 weeks ago, Mom, he joined the show halfway through.
I did hear that. Oh no, is that the one that you had planned for him to be there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I did listen to that one.
It was the video, so you
didn't see that.
Didn't watch it. You're welcome to the world of video, Mom.
Yeah,
I love you.
So how much? Yeah, thanks for being on here, honestly, because it is kind of a cool thing that you're on the cast. So technology has changed quite a bit since you were a little girl, I would guess. What has that been like trying to keep up with this? I mean, because this is ridiculous when I imagine what it used to be like.
I had never touched a computer until 1987.
Okay.
Because
and that was the first.
I had a job where it was all computer, believe it or not, with an appraisal company doing the reassessment of this county. And so I was scared to death because I'd never had a computer. And I got on one day and had a heart attack almost because I had lost the whole farm. I mean, literally lost it.
We're not talking Farmville either, guys.
No, it's not Farmville.
I hadn't started that yet.
No.
Or Farm Town.
I didn't know there was that even was in existence. Farm Town.
Farm Town's the one I played for 23 years.
There you go.
Wait, that's a game?
Yeah, on Facebook.
Okay.
It's
I gotcha.
It's a neat.
Has
game.
Facebook been around 20 years?
Oh, well, I got the internet in 1990.
You weren't playing on Facebook then. Shoot. It was 2005 before I even realized that Facebook was around, and it had been around only a couple of years, if that. Right? Coming up on 20 years, I guess.
In 1998, I had played Farmtown for over a year.
Well, it might have been a different place or something.
It was on. Oh well.
My mom's calling me out on. All right.
I don't.
You know what? I'm not going to argue.
Don't gaslight me.
There you go.
What'd you say, Matt?
Give another point, Richie.
Oh, you say give me a point?
Another point.
Yes.
11,000.
I'm not sure the rules here, but you're winning.
By the way, Richie, you got a compliment. Jace said that was the nicest way you could have said that, meaning technology has changed since she was a little girl.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
so,
you could have said back when I was a little girl, we were using oil for lamps and styluses for our chalkboards.
That's what I'm going to talk to my mom like when she's on the show, if I ever allow her to be on the show. She did call in that one time.
Yes. Oh my God, that was probably one of the funniest moments we've had on the show.
That's a good one. Is that pre-Matt?
That was pre-Matt. Well,
Yeah.
I think so. I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I gotta ask, is Sam a little troublemaker, or was he pretty good when he was little, or
He was very good. He was very good when he was little. Like I said, the other two kids were in school, and so it was just Sam and me. And we used to do some, like I said, we went out to the park and picked up hickory nuts, and we walked down to. That was back when I could walk for quite a ways. We lived, maybe a mile, Sam, down to where we got our lunch?
Yeah, somewhere around that. Maybe a mile and a half.
It was the year before he was in kindergarten, and a couple times a week we'd walk down, and he loved to go downtown and get a bowl of chili and a grilled cheese sandwich. So we'd do that. And
that's right.
Then
what town did he grow up? Did you guys grow up in, or he grow up
in Butler?
Okay, all right.
In Butler.
Butler.
Yeah. And so then we'd come home and he'd take his nap and I'd do my housework. And we didn't have many troubles at all.
If we could have naps every day.
Yeah,
Scheduled
nap
naps.
time's wasted on people that don't appreciate it.
I know.
I have nap time every day.
Well, you're retired now, though.
Yeah. Thank you for putting it.
You can have nap time anytime you want.
It's better,
You can get up to take a nap.
better to do that than take your nap at work.
Well,
That
okay,
might
yeah,
not
true.
What's the word when they walk in? Amen. Oh, hey.
Hey, I never thought of that.
I didn't. Full disclosure, I didn't make that up. I read it.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it.
My job was never quiet enough. I mean, it was not boring at all. There was always people coming in screaming, so you wouldn't have had much of a chance to doze off. The judge
I like to call
did.
them naps.
He went in his office and took a nap. But
So you work for did you say appraisal company?
that was years ago.
County appraisal.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an appraisal. We did the county reassessment.
Richie, if up until about what 4 or 5 years ago, Mom, that you retired.
7.
You retired 7 years ago? Holy crap. Anyways, up till 7 years ago, for about almost 20 years, if you got a speeding ticket in DeKalb County, you would go see my mom and pay your ticket to her.
I gotcha.
So there were a few times I'd never used my mom as the reason to get out of tickets. I didn't flash my mom's name and say, she's my mom. I just got out of tickets because they saw my name and asked if I was any relation to her. And I said, yeah, that's my mom. And a couple of times I've got out of a ticket because of it.
Did you guys ever get the boot down at Ball State for unpaid parking fines? Like when they booted
I
your
never
car?
had a car down there.
Oh.
You did one
I
night,
thought
but it was mine.
Yeah, that's kind of the story we were talking about earlier, Rose.
Now, do you call her Mom or do you call her Rose?
Both. It just depends. I will call her Rose. But here's my question. Yes, Jace, I can't tell time. It was 7 years ago. Anyway, he's
killing you.
He
I
is.
like it.
He's
I like
raking me over the coals. Hey, Scott. Scott joined us.
Scooter.
The story is what about that trip down to Muncie?
Me?
Yeah.
Only what you told me.
Well, which is?
Well, that someone lost their wallet.
Uh-huh.
And a friend was trying to help him get back to go see if he'd left it at home.
Right. Absolutely. I am going to admit to you wholeheartedly and apologize greatly to you. That wasn't true.
What if she just hangs up right now?
She will. She'll disown me. I honestly expect her to write me out of the will, do everything, but I'm coming clean 20 years later. That wasn't true. I'm sorry.
You were right about 20 years ago. I did the math there real quick.
Yeah.
It's just like a reveal on Jerry Springer.
So am I allowed to ask what the story was?
Yeah, Matt got fired from the job. And
That's why I didn't go down.
I told him, or I invited him up before we left, and he said, well, I got to work tonight, but if I get fired, I will, maybe I can come up. And
am I aiding and abetting here?
No. We didn't commit any crime. We just almost died.
We thought we were going to have a crime committed to us.
Yeah, absolutely. But then he called me and he says, hey, you remember me telling you if I got fired, I'd be able to come up? He said, well, I got fired. And so I took your car down and picked him up and brought him up, and, well, sort of brought him up.
we got to Fort Wayne.
No, we got 6 miles away from Muncie, and then it died.
Yeah.
So
it always comes back to bite you. But you remember what I told you that night? The only thing that upset me was, and it's still true,
What's that?
that you, excuse me, that you didn't call me and tell me you were going because I didn't know where you were.
Yep. I still feel bad about
That
that.
was
I just feel it feels. You know what? It's therapeutic to get this off my chest finally, Matt.
Yeah, you don't have to carry that anymore.
I don't have to lie anymore.
And now I don't
glad the
have
lounge
I've
to.
been
is a
telling
safe
everybody
place.
that he was trying to help Matt because Matt had lost his wallet and oh dear. Now I got to go back and tell all those.
I was a 21-year-old punk is what I was. I just totally pissed all over he was a good kid. He was a good kid. Yeah, I totally just crapped all over that.
I like that I got that one out there before we told her.
Oh, I choked.
So what was Sam's favorite food to eat? Like, did he like say, "Hey, Mom, can you make macaroni and cheese for dinner?" Or what was his, or like meatloaf? Like, Mom, where's the meatloaf? Kind of thing. That's a
He liked pretty much everything with a few exceptions, but one thing he always liked because they were my favorite soup was when I bake cookies, he liked snickerdoodles.
Oh yeah.
And he liked chili and grilled cheese.
Still do.
He liked macaroni and cheese.
Still do.
Macaroni and cheese is probably my second favorite food of all time, and it's just behind steak. I mean, just steak is number one.
I think that's my actual
together,
favorite
right?
food.
We didn't have a lot of that when you were a kid, did we?
No, but it was still good. I still loved it.
Do you remember our smorgasbords?
Oh yes.
That
Go
was
ahead, explain it. Explain it to him.
Curious
Well,
minds.
I don't like to waste anything because, that's like throwing money away. So I would freeze all of our leftovers, and every couple of weeks, since I stayed at home and worked at home so that I could be with Sam, we didn't go out to eat a lot. So I would pull all the leftovers out about once every 2 weeks, warm them in the oven, set them on the counter, put the plates and stuff at the end, and they could fill their plates with anything they wanted, just like going to a buffet. We did everything except have a cash register at the end.
Yeah, the MCL Cafe from Muncie. You guys remember that?
Oh yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Manhattan.
It's about the same. About the same style.
Did you get the Jack Benny plate?
Just everything. A little bit of everything.
I think the Jack Benny plate was like the two items with a vegetable or something.
Well, I know.
Okay, I gotcha.
I know. One night we had part of it was we had lasagna and we had peanut butter waffles. So that was quite an unusual combination. But there was just everything.
Don't eat them together though.
And if we
how'd
didn't
you make
eat
the
them,
peanut butter waffles? How'd you make them?
You just make. I had a recipe. You just make waffle mix and put creamy peanut butter in them, and I had surprise waffles
delicious.
too, because the kids came out one morning and they could all smell the bacon, but they couldn't find it. You remember that, Sam?
Yeah, under the carpet wasn't a cool place for it. But,
No, they kept looking and looking, and I said, "Just eat your waffles." The bacon was inside the waffle.
Oh yeah.
That way nobody had
you
greasy fingers. They were called surprise waffles.
You were ahead of your time on that one. That's kind of a thing now.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Bacon,
I'm always a day late and
maple.
$1 short.
Well, you were early on this one.
I was gonna say you were extremely early, and
yeah.
That's it.
If I did it's kind of like your Grandpa Miller. If he had patented some of the things that he came up with, for example, his grate and stuff fell apart for his Weber grill. So do you remember what he did with it?
Nope.
He
turned it into a fire pit. Yeah.
Put it in his firewood in there, and we had fires, but there were fire pits weren't a big thing then.
Yeah.
Or if we had patented our sundaes that we ate when we were kids, because we always took vanilla ice cream with Hershey's syrup and peanut butter, and now they make peanut butter ice cream.
Yep. Well, hey, we're running up on it. Thank you for embarrassing me a little bit, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, it was great.
And it feels good. It felt good to finally get that off my chest too. It was.
I did.
Now I don't have to live a lie.
And next time I see you, I don't have to go, oh yeah, I have a wallet.
It's good to see everybody. Thank you for having me on. And, you didn't have to worry about it.
I know, but
You're clear.
Well, but here's the thing. If I'd have told you that back then, I don't know that you would have been so understanding about it. 20. I'm outside the statute of limitations, I think.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Mom. I love you, and we'll talk to you later.
I
Nice
love
to meet you,
too.
Rose.
Nice to meet
Bye.
you. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Hey, she figured it out pretty quick.
I was
Hey.
gonna keep recording.
Oh yeah, we're still on live. I just
That's
wanted
funny.
to. Yeah, that wasn't near as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be maybe a little bit more embarrassing.
Nice
Yes.
mom.
Okay, guys, you
Jet
need to look
Li.
at little
Is that Jet Li?
Matt's
Jet Li.
picture that he
Hold that
just
up
showed
again.
there. Throw
Hold
that
that
up
up
there
again.
again, would you? Look
Scoot
at
it
that.
real close. Jet Li
That
is ready
right
to
there.
kill Mel Gibson.
That is Matt. That is little Matt.
I got a nice bag here from my grandmother's house.
Ooh, a little grab bag of embarrassing photos. Goodness. All right.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I was looking for this one. This is
Ooh,
John
that-
Hill. Is that
that's underneath the jacket.
Al
that's like
Capone?
Godfather style right
Al
there, buddy.
Capone right there, man.
Yeah.
This guy. The little preacher. Yeah, the little button. Did you have the button in the middle of that collar? Yeah, I did that
I
too.
had. They asked me if I wanted a bow tie, and I was like, "No, not gonna figure that one out." And I'm
Who
not gonna
wears a
deal
bow
with the
tie to
clip on.
prom?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go button. That's funny.
I am being blown up right now on here. My brother jumped on and he's telling me that I'm a dog. Oh yes, and he asked, "Is that a Backstreet Boy with your picture there, Matt?"
I mean, yes.
Hey, does your brother know where he can find some of this fine merch?
You know what? I'm not sure that he does, but you know what, Scott, while you're watching this, take a look at that. That's a nice little mug right there that Richie's got. It's got the lounge. It got Let's Chat. You know what? You hold that up and at your next meeting in person, and they
I got
say
a couple
Let's Chat,
questions about
you
it.
can just sit there and just chat with people. You know, yeah, you can strike up conversation without saying a word. You know what? Go to the 500sectionlounge.com at the bottom of the page. That will take you to the merch store, our store, the 500 Section Lounge store. You can buy that Let's Chat mug. We've got
It's really good.
we've got some t-shirts. We've got a commemorative 50th episode a 50th episode commemorative t-shirt. It's only going to be up for the month of September. Through the month of September to we're just, you know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm still waiting to see if somebody will buy a fanny pack because I'm pretty excited about it.
How much were the fanny packs?
I'm not going to talk money because that is probably a little bit more expensive than it should be.
I'm not going to talk money, but feel free to give us yours.
Yeah, you know what? If you want to support the show, go right ahead. Buy a fanny pack. I'm fine with it. I'm not going to argue with you.
I appreciate it, guys.
But I had money. Scott said he had money that the smorgasbord story would come out.
You know what we did forget? Who picked us up after the car incident?
Scott did in Fort
How
White.
long? Okay, so he knew. So Scott knew the story, right? So he
Did
knew
we
the whole
tell
story?
him the whole story?
Because now he's in on it too. I
Or
hate to
did
say it.
we?
know.
Or I don't remember. He's going to deny it on here, I'm
And I hope
sure.
he feels better.
Let's find
Well,
out, Scott.
Huh?
Listen, let's find out. Scott, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm guessing we told him in order to get our story straight, we told him what we were going to tell my mom. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming. He said that's right. So I'm assuming that means, he's not going to admit to it, even if he did know it.
So even back in the day, you guys were planning some shenanigans. Is that right?
we shenanigans started back then, Matt.
Shenanigans.
Don't go starting nothing.
Oh goodness, that is honestly the closest I thought I was to dying that I thought I was gonna. Yeah, and it wasn't going to be an accident. It was going to be on purpose.
No.
I'm
But
shocked you were a quiet kid, man.
Hey, you know what? When I spoke, I was loud, but now I just talk a lot and I'm loud.
Gotcha. You mean loud volume or loud like
Yes, all.
just?
I don't yell. I project. It's true. Hey, gentlemen, we've got some some other things that are coming out in a couple weeks. 2 weeks from today, I will be in Uranus, Missouri, recording our 50th show. It will be released the next week on Tuesday, so it won't be next 2 weeks from now that we do it or that we release it. But yeah, I'm excited at the things that we've got coming. Good guests coming. We've got a surprise repeat guest. I'm really excited. I haven't told you guys about it. I'm not gonna until we get the date settled. But I'm really, really excited to have.
I have a guess who it is. I have a guess who it is.
Well, we can talk about it after we go off air. How about that?
Okay.
Loyal loungers, thanks so much for joining us. And you know what? Always be there to grab a listen.
Grab a listen.
Grab a listen.